Hello, welcome to another video. My name is Michael. Today we are going to be reviewing a product. So the people at Oliso were kind enough to send me one of their irons, and that's what we're going to be reviewing today. So even though they were kind enough to gift it to me, the review is going to be honest and my own opinion. So Oliso has a wide range of products and a lot of different irons. They're mostly focused on quilters, but they're trying to get more into the cosplay community, and so that's why they contacted me and reached out to me for this one. So this iron is the TG1600 Pro. So this is the Pro. They have quite a wide range of irons. They have small ones like quilters. Quilters use quite small irons sometimes to just do their panels and stuff. Then they have like a kind of a standard range of irons, and then the Pro series. The Pro series comes in pink and yellow. So they got a pink one. So we're going to be using the pink one today. And yeah, we're just going to open it up and try it out and see what we like about it. So 3 simple sets to start. So we're going to be using the simple steps. Keep it simple. It's got some packaging in here, so just like registration, so a standard like an electronic registration that you can send in just to cover for any manufacturer problems. For optimized performance, don't use overly thick foam. So it's got like some warnings on here for your ironing board. Never use distilled water. Use tap water or inexpensive bottled spring water. Okay, cool. Shut your iron off by selecting off position. Okay, so standard warnings and stuff, we'll go through that. A user manual, so that's helpful. That'll also help us look through the features so we can make sure that we're featuring everything. So we'll hold on to that. And then we have the iron itself. And so it comes in protective styrofoam packaging. And we have the filler cup, which has very sharp spout. I like that. A lot of the other irons I've had, their spout is just like a teeny little, like a little tiny spout. So I like that this is like ergonomic and very easy to pour. So we'll try that out. Okay, and then we have the iron itself. All right, so a little warning sticker about if there's water in the tank, which there isn't, we're all set. And then Smart Iron, the auto lift. The auto lift feature is the one that I'm most excited about. It's going to be some witchcraft, and we're going to try it out in a second to see how it works. So let's get this off of here. And so that is the plate. Not a lot of holes like here in the middle. That can definitely be a thing for certain types of fabrics. Ironing it out and having those holes put steam, like I've worked with velvet before, and that's like a really bad thing to have with velvet because those holes will just leave marks all over your fabric. So I like that this is really flat. This is the iron that I've been using to make my cosplays for a long time now, and you see how it's like full of holes, and so way less holes in that one. So we'll see what the difference is. All right, so we've got all the packaging off, so let's plug it in and see how it works. All right, so we've got the iron plugged in. It's got a very long cord. Oh my gosh, my hand touched the handle. Ah, this is so cool. Okay, so it's got a very long cord, which is very helpful. My room is pretty small, but a lot of people, I keep touching the iron. Okay, so I feel like I just have to get to this feature now. All right, so we were talking about the smart features. So we see all of these little like sensing bumps all over the handle, and we see this little foot here. So when I put my hand on the iron, it goes down. This is crazy. And when you take it off, it goes back up. And then this little foot comes out at the top. So the auto feature is a really, really cool feature because like when you're ironing, you constantly have to like go side to side and then set it down, right? You have to go side to side and then set it down. It keeps making that noise. But with this feature, you can just have it in your hand. It senses when it's in your hand, just set it down and it's up. It's off of your fabric. It's not burning anything, nothing to worry about. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen, how it just like senses it on your hands like that. Like, that's nuts. This is like, and it pops up like that. And there's no delay, there's no like pause or anything. It's just down and it's up. This is cool. So now I'm gonna get some water in it and get my ironing board out so that we can try out some of the features on some actual fabric. Okay, so we've got our water and we're going to fill it up. So it's got a side, I took my hand off, it went back up again. It's got a side filler. So rather than filling it up from the top and having it leak everywhere, this one does it from the side. So we're gonna use the cup to fill it up. It's like no mess at all. Like with so many other irons, like you've got that teeny tiny cup and you're feeling that teeny tiny hole. With this one, it's nice and big, so lots of room to do whatever you need, no messes. Something else to keep in mind is like an auto shut-off feature, and so the TG1600 Pro has an auto shut-off feature after 30 minutes. So you can just leave it sitting here for 30 minutes and then it's gonna shut off on its own. The other systems shut off after 8 minutes. When it's vertical, it's the same situation. It shuts off automatically after 8 minutes of use, or of non-use. And so then the 30 minutes is gonna be for the Pro. So you can just leave it sitting there and it's gonna stay hot, it's gonna stay warm, and you don't have to worry about setting it down because it's not touching anything. You're gonna be good to go. If the auto shut-off feature is kind of too much for you, it does have an iTouch on and off feature, and so you can turn it off. That way it's not gonna pop up and down anymore, but then when you turn it on, there you go. I'm gonna leave it on like all the time because it's super cool. So looking at the actual features of the iron, it's got quite a few. It's got 7 different steam features, and so turning at the knob here, there's all kinds of different settings. So those are going to be for your no steam, so off, synthetic for wool and for silk, and then for linen and cotton. And so you can turn it up and down depending on how what kind of fabric you're working with. And then it has 4 different steam settings. So no steam, a little bit of steam, medium steam, and lots of steam. So different heat settings, different steam settings, and then it has the traditional kind of so like the puff feature. So see when it gets warmed up, we can use that in a second. And then like the squirting feature. So when you're working and you can squirt water out that way. You can see that there. The Oliso irons are supposed to have a 0 drip system, so this isn't going to drip all of your fabrics. That can be super annoying with silks and with other things. I've done that with hotel irons. That's why I almost always bring an iron with me to conventions, because I don't trust hotel irons. They have like squirted stuff all over my costumes before, and that's really freaked me out because you work too hard on these things to have them like ruined last minute by a crappy hotel iron. So supposed to be no drip from these and lots of different steam and heat settings. So let's get it warmed up and try it out. All right, so now we're going to, I've just wrinkled up just a ball of just cotton muslin. This is what I use to drape almost all of my patterns, is just cotton muslin. And then after I've done my mock-up and I'm really happy with it, it will get torn up, and then I iron it out really carefully because I want my pattern pieces to be really flat when I lay them out on my fashion fabric. It's always worth the extra step to iron out any kind of mock-up you do. It's also possible to iron out paper patterns. If you put your iron on the lowest setting, it's not going to burn your paper patterns. No steam, lowest heat. You can iron out those the paper patterns so you get in envelopes, and that way when you lay it out on your fabric, it's going to be really, really flat, and you're not going to get your patterns messed up because of wrinkles and stuff. So we got this. We just ironed it out, and blam, it's nice and flat. This is what I would expect from a good iron. So we got that. So let's try out some other fabrics. So this is fabric from my Beauxbatons costume. That one got really wrinkly. In almost all of my pictures, it's got wrinkles because I sat down on the shuttle at Wizarding World. So if you go on Instagram, you can see like, Michael, your costume looks so wrinkled, but it's fine. So we just have standard kind of folds left here. So just gonna iron that out. I love being able to just leave it in one plane rather than it's not a huge amount of effort to kind of tilt your wrist like that all the time to set it up. But you know, when you're ironing a lot, like when you're ripping apart a mock-up and you've got all those pattern pieces you now have to iron. I mean, that is work that's being saved by not having to do that constantly. So just leave it down and it's good. And there we go. Nice and flat, nice and ironed. Looks good. Something else that's going to be a big part of my cosplay kind of goals moving forward is I really want to create some like really good tailored items. I make a lot of costumes, but as far as making like, you know, like a tailored shirt, a tailored jacket, you really do need an iron to get really good, crisp, tailored seams. But another feature that's on this iron is a detailer tip. And so what we're going to see that is going to be right here. So we see that there's a little gap right there between the iron and then the metal piece. And so with that, and so here's one of my actual shirts. I didn't make this. You're supposed to be able to like slide your article of clothing into the detailer tip, and that way you're going to get a really crisp fold right in there. So when we found out about this partnership with Oliso, my wife Haley pretty much told my mother-in-law Skeeter right away about it, because she irons a lot. Like, she irons a lot, y'all. And so we told her right away, and she got really excited, and I just mentioned that in my email back to Oliso, like, oh yeah, my mother-in-law is like really excited. So the folks at Oliso actually sent me 2 of their TG1600s, and my mother-in-law Skeeter is here today to try it out too. Here is my mother-in-law Skeeter. This is Haley's mom, and I love her, and she's wonderful. And so Skeeter, you used to work in a dry cleaner shop.
Yes.
So were you like front end, or were you like actually doing the dry cleaning?
I was checking the clothes out.
But you're like an aficionado of ironing.
Oh,
you iron all the time.
I do, and I like to iron. I really do. I enjoy it.
Do you like your iron at home?
I do.
Is there anything about it you don't like?
I guess probably I wished it had the long cord like this.
Okay, so yours has a kind of a short cord.
Yeah, just an average. Yeah.
Well, let's open this one up and see what Skeeter thinks about it.
Okay.
We got it all unboxed, and we got your water cup. So we got the side fill there. So we've set it on the synthetic setting. This is just some lining fabric that is definitely synthetic. What do you think of the up and down feature?
It's something you'd have to get used to.
You would, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so let's iron.
Is it ready?
Yeah.
All right. And glide smooth. It's a lot bigger than my iron at home, though. It's a lot bigger. I mean, as far as the iron part, you'd have to get used to that. That's cool. Yeah.
So it's bigger than like a typical home iron.
Yes, and heavier.
And heavier. Okay.
I'm used to letting it up.
So without you having to tilt it, is that like a factor, like it being heavier than a typical home iron?
Yeah, that probably would be
a
lot better.
But it's so you don't have to angle it up all the time because of that auto feature. So.
Exactly.
Okay. Very cool. So we are warming it up because we're going to try it on like some real clothes, because that's what you usually use, and we are seeing that it's smoking. It's not like scary smoke or anything. This is definitely like first time use smoke, so that could be anything that's on the iron itself. So just something to be aware of, that we're definitely getting some smoke coming off of this. Not again anything scary or something that I'm worried about. It's just, I think, like maybe something that's on the metal or whatever from packaging. It's smoking. So something to be aware of.
So we got one of Michael's shirts. Normally Haley probably does this.
No, she doesn't. I do it.
Haley probably irons. Oh, see,
yeah, you don't have to do that. I know, it's just a habit.
It's just a habit. I'm so used to doing that. So
I'll move mine out a little.
First of all, I always do this. An iron shirt. Go from this side. Oopsie.
I know,
Such
it's a habit to
That would
break
be a
with
hard
that.
habit for me to get used to. I never had an iron that did magically close. Do a little bit of spray. Maybe get that going. Yeah, I love to hear that sound too, Michael. That steamy sound.
So you don't have to iron your shirt. Just be an experiment, you know? I know you're like an autopilot right now.
Let me see if I can. All right.
See if we can get some spray.
Let's see how it does right here on the seams. It really does iron good. Now. Yeah, it does. Oops, I got a wrinkle in there. I did that. There we go.
Okay, there we got some steam going. Okay. So we've got the long cord. That's something that you liked.
Yeah.
The auto up feature would be the eye touch would be something to get used to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's just automatically letting my wrist. Did you see that?
Yeah, just flip it
constantly.
And then it feels bigger than like a typical home iron would
Yeah,
be.
but it's not. I mean, it looks heavier than it is. What I mean is, my iron at home is lighter, but it's not quite as big. But it's really not. I've seen some that were really heavy. That I'm thinking that would be so heavy, but it's not that bad. But.
Okay. All right. Well,
I
thank you.
know. Love you, Michael.
Thank you, and thank you,
Thanks
Oliso.
yes, thank you
For sending us two. That was so nice. So Oliso does have a wide range of iron products. There's a lot of different ones that you can select from. All of them have the auto eye touch feature. So, and no matter which one you select from, they're all going to have that. They range from the basic everyday iron, which retails for $100. That comes in blue. There's the optimal steam in gray and orchid. Those retail for $150. And then the Pro, the Smart Iron Pro, comes in pink and yellow, and those retail for $170. And so, I mean, I am absolutely going to be using this. The auto feature alone was enough for me. But I really like the side fill. I think that's a really great feature. It's really annoying to like set it up and then pull out the thing and then like do the tiny little hole. Like you don't have to worry about that with this one. You're going to be able to fill it as much as you like. It's got the great settings. It has a really long cord. You can turn the eye touch feature on and off if you don't care about it. I'm not going to do that now because we're not going to leave it sitting down on the table. So overall, I'm absolutely going to be using this iron for my cosplay needs. I think that probably going down to like the basic one, the $100 one will be honestly fine for me. As far as what like sets this out as a pro rather than a basic, like the most exciting feature for me is going to be the auto up and down. So that was really cool. So in addition to the one that they sent me and the one that they sent for my mother-in-law Skeeter, Oliso is also going to be partnering with me to do a giveaway. And so we're going to be giving away another TG1600 Pro. So that is going to be on my Instagram account. One lucky person is going to be given a TG1600 Pro from Oliso for free. So you can get this iron for free for yourself. So please head over to Instagram and do that. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Oliso. Thanks to my mother-in-law, Skeeter, for coming and hanging out with us today. Please like and subscribe and comment, and we'll see you next time. Bye.